Look, buddy, just pretend I have my hand on your shoulder. It's going to be okay. Hi. Something that I've been feeling like I'm dealing with a lot internally is my subconscious likes to think that I am not good enough. And it sucks saying that out loud. I think I just need to address this with myself, because a lot of the times I don't feel good enough for the things that I'm doing. And that's why a lot of the things I'm doing takes a lot of courage out of me. It is very challenging because I'm essentially rewiring my brain and pushing that part aside and saying, no, dude, I don't believe you. And some days that's actually really hard. It's very hard to tell that party pooper in my brain they need to fucking go away, for one. Or that I'm just not gonna listen to them. You're used to thinking a certain way, and then that trickles down into your life the older you get. That doesn't just go away, right? And personally, I don't want to be that person. I want to have courage. I want to push through the fear. I want to become more aware of when that person does come around and tell me, no, you're not good enough. You should just not do it. I am so scared of falling flat in my face in front of people. You know, like I started Twitch streaming the stuff that I like doing because I want to get used to falling on my face in front of people too. Rejection therapy. And I think that's no longer a step that's gonna help me. Twitch was like my playground, right? I would use that as a way to play. Now I want to capture that same mentality, but to apply with my career. I just feel like I'm being a bit hard on myself. I'm kind of like spiraling, going in circles with this conversation in my head. And a part of me is like, just make it stop. And then another part of me is like, I think we need to ground ourselves, come back to the present, and then things will align over time. I feel like older me would probably just be like, she'd probably look back to right now and be like, girl, she was freaking out. And it ended up being okay. So maybe I just need to remind myself it's gonna be okay. Sorry, I think this is just gonna be one of those crying videos. Human error happens all the time. It happens all the time. Why is it in my head making a mistake is such a big fucking deal? You know, I've also heard things like, maybe I am putting it on a pedestal, the things that I said that I cared about. Oh my God, I just realized something. I'm just connecting the dots right now. Okay, hold on. Something's cooking. These things in my life that I'm pursuing, right? The passions, the career. It's daunting, intimidating to the point where I feel paralyzed in my steps. That there's a lack of decision, or the decision to avoid it entirely, right? But I think that has to do with placing it on a pedestal, especially when comparing it to myself. So therefore, I'm looking down on myself too in the process of looking up at these things. When really, We're all humans pursuing something or doing something or following something we love or hoping to, aspiring to. Maybe me putting these things on a pedestal is the reason why I'm feeling like a failure. Like I feel stuck. I want to get unstuck. I'm figuring out how that happens for me. You know, I've tried walking, doing something else, and then coming back to it. Take some space away from, whatever decision I need to make, and then coming back to it. There are times when I've tried to just do the damn thing. And I see, like, before I'm doing something that's ultimately fine, it ends up being okay. Before that, in my head, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. I don't need to do this. The amount of times I've done it, where I've said that to myself, maybe I'm not going to do it. And then I chose to do it anyway, then realizing that wasn't that big of a deal. The amount of times that's happened to me, especially this year, I don't know why I have catastrophized good things. I've made these things that are actually would be good at either way. I got nothing to lose if I do these things. If I take the audition, I do the audition. What am I going to lose other than time? But at least I did it. I have had some traumatic auditions where I have choked up, forgotten the lyrics, forgotten my lines, blanked out completely, decided to cut my audition because I just had really high anxiety. That's still there, just not as bad as it used to be. I think before it was very, very bad. Now, I've been doing a better job at handling that and then still going through with it even when I'm so scared and so anxious. And then it ends up fine. I may not end up getting the part, but the whole process ends up fine. Nothing happened. Nothing turned terrible, So what am I ultimately afraid of? I mean, it seems like on the surface, I'm afraid of judgment, looking like a fool. I think that's an added component. I don't want to look like a fool, like I didn't prepare. That's the biggest thing. I want to look like I did prepare. But yeah, I know that the more auditions you do, the more you get used to the process of it, and the better auditioner, I guess you would be, because you'd be familiar with it and you would put yourself in it more so that you're used to it. That's the same that went into my journey with Twitch. When I started that whole process, getting to know what it's like to be live streaming and how to talk to people and live, I was able to get used to that process. I'm sharing that it's okay to have these feelings. It's quite normal, I would say. Yes, I'm in therapy. Because I ongoingly want to get better at being okay with falling in front of people. Because I know I'll get back up. I will get back up. So trust yourself, because I'm learning how to trust myself. I trust myself. I can get back up. I know I can. I've done it so many times where I fall on my face, whether that's privately or in front of people, physically or emotionally. Either way, I trust that I can get back up. You can get back up. There are people who have been through rock bottom after rock bottom, and then they get back up. They find whatever light in their life to help get back up and do it again, or try something different. So that makes me also like, okay, I can do that too. I know there are people who they have truly started from the bottom and have truly got back up over and over and over again. But the process was like this. You start here, down, down, up, and it keeps going. I know I can see that for myself. Even if it were to be like up, 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 we're going to go down a little bit, but we're going to go up, 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 down a little bit, up, 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 up. Because isn't that life? I talk about acceptance in my last video, and this is like one of the things that still applies. Like accepting uncertainty, accepting that you're not going to know what's going to come next, so you might as well stay in the now. I'm making another video for it, except this time it's about dealing with the concept of failure and that you're going to be okay. If there's anything, look, buddy, just pretend I have my hand on your shoulder. It's going to be okay. I know right now it feels there's a lot going on in your head. This is me talking to me, by the way. But if this resonates, yeah. I know there's a lot going on in your head, and your brain likes to tell you that you're not good enough for these things. But if there's anything that I can tell you is that believe in me in believing in you. I trust that you can fall and get back up, try again, maybe try something different, and you'll find a way to keep walking. A little kid, when they're young, they're learning how to walk. They're getting up, they're crawling, they figure out you can use a table to walk all around the table, use your legs, get those legs going until one day they learn how to balance. Maybe they fall a few times. They'll probably fall on their butt, fall down, end up laying on the ground. But eventually, walking becomes natural. It becomes second nature. And maybe that's also something with creating skills in this lifetime, with pursuing our passions and pursuing our dreams, is the ebbs and flows are naturally happening. It's learning how to feel your emotions out. Let the emotions pass through you like you just witnessed right now of myself. And pick yourself up and keep going. Try again. Try something different. Whatever decision you make, at least you pick yourself up to keep going. Yeah. All right. Well, this is the video, so I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you could please subscribe, give me a comment about what's going on in your life, and tell me what you're grateful for. To answer that question for myself, what makes me smile is a grilled cheese, but also my family and my friends. Yeah. I'm really grateful to have this platform to speak about. You're witnessing me and my emotions. So please give me a like, subscribe, comment down below. I'd love to know how did this video impact you? What have you been going through? And I'll see you next time. Gratefully, Kayla.